G'day, and welcome back. Long time no see, I know. It's been a while since I've been on the internet, but I've been busy, very busy, and I've been chilling out. I've also been dealing with some things, so I've been flat out. But we're back with the El Cheapo shitbox burnout car thing that we're doing here on the bloody show and that, mate. Yeah, so I've got a few things to run through, then we'll get cracking on it. You saw me last video when I took it to the track as it is, as a standard motor car, and I saw the bloody results from that. So I've got heaps of stuff to do to it. We've got bits and pieces running around everywhere, and now's the time to start on it. So first thing, it needs more power. Before anything, before bloody we start worrying about limp mode, we need more horsepowers. And what better way to get more horsepower out of a heap of shit than get more air into it. So actually someone who's come on board, who I've been talking to for a long time, good mates with Bob from Falconoath Performance. He's jumped on board and he's going to help me out with this car. I reached out to him and said, you know, what are we going to do and whatever. The story is, we've got this to go on the car with a set of extractors that are down there, and he's also got me a computer. So this car has no computer in it. I'm currently waiting for that to get sent back. I pulled it out, sent it to Bob, and we're essentially going to mimic one of his cars he's got down there. Just his shitbox party car that he's got. It's got, you know, twin throttles and the same extractors actually and whatnot. So we're just going to copy and paste the tune essentially, I think, I hope. I don't know how that works, but he's going to do his bit. While we wait for the bloody computer to come back, we're going to put this on. We've got to put the ratchet shifter in it. So then I'm in charge of the gears, not the bloody computer. So when if I'm doing a burnout and she's starting to die, I can click it back and not have a bloody headache over it. I don't have to stop and start again and all that shit. So we've got the ratchet shifter and the old shift kit out of MR.MULLET. MR.MULLET's old bloody shift kit, wiring bloody thing. I've got to put that in too. A lot of bits are going to go into this that come out of MR.MULLET, thank God. Yeah, and we've got a set of extractors down there too. So there's that stuff to do. There's also, eventually we're going to have, I'm going to have to move the speed source to the gearbox, but I also haven't got those bits yet. Bob should be posting that up with my computer when he's finished with it. But while we wait for that, we can get this stuff done. So let's bloody get into it, mate. I reckon before I do anything, I'm going to piss all this off because I can tell I'm going to put my hectic twin throttles on and I'm going to pull that off and going to drop shit in there. So we'll get that done first. So Bob from Falconoath Performance and also Coffs Performance Tuning will be doing bits and pieces on this car. Yeah, but between the two, they're going to work together. We'll do something. The plan is maybe to start with, I'll build it into what it's going to be to show you what that's the minimum has to be to do a burnout car like this. And when I say burnout car, you could just leave this as it is and go take it and do burnouts with it if you're happy with how it goes. But you know, if you are wanting to spend a little bit of money, it doesn't have to be that dear is what the whole we're trying to do here. You know, if you buy a boat, you know, buy a boat and a trailer and rego, everything, it's going to cost you a couple grand. Buy a dirt bike, it's like any hobby. Buy a dirt bike, it's going to cost you. So the burnout car is the same. This isn't necessarily a free burnout car, it's just a cheap one. MR.MULLET also is a cheap one, but it's a bit more not cheap. If you catch me drift. It's obviously not a pro level car and never will be, but it's also not as cheap as it used to be. It's not as cheap as I'd like it to be, I bloody know that, mate. Get in the bin. Good. A junk. Mind you, this isn't a how-to to fit this bloody manifold. This is just a... wow, a spider, God! Oh, there's a huntsman. There's a big huntsman. Burned the car. God, should have seen him. There's a racehorse. It's missing a saddle. Oh, I know what we can do with that. What gets rid of spiders? I know exactly what gets rid of spiders. The carburetor cleaner. That'll get some wind up him. We'll pull my airbox out and keep going. Anyway, So as I was saying, this isn't a how-to on how to fit this bloody manifold. It's just a, you know, you can watch me and take what you will from it. Yeah, I'm not showing you how to. If you want to know how to bloody do it, you can talk to Barra Bob, because I currently aren't even sure how to do it. I'm going to put it on and wire it up to how Barra Bob told me to do it, but whether I do it right, I don't know. If I'd done 100 of them, I bloody wouldn't have a problem, but I currently don't know what I'm doing. I've got a good idea. I'm pretty confident I'll get it right the first go, but if you're not entirely 100% confident, I can't be putting on the internet, can I? That can go in the bin. Along with that, that's a bin. And that, the bin pile. So I run around and crack all these before I use me bloody, what's that? Ratchet, the electric ratchet. Otherwise could break it. And they won't warrant it because I've been doing clutch dumps with it. So be careful with these, these round out. I've seen it before. You go from a hexagon to a circle. So sometimes what can happen is a little tech tip, mate. You got these sort of Allen keys, they got the swivel ball thing on them. If you got one that's really tight, that's no good. You need to use this end, but of course we can't use that end down there. So we've got this short little bastard and it's got no bloody thing on it. So hopefully we can get away with this one. It's not going to round. You didn't see that. Oh, that was tight. I nearly got a brain aneurysm. Holy shit. The throttle body bracket. I did forget about that. I should probably be doing a bloody inlet gasket while I'm here, because I know that they're shit, but I could not be bothered. I hate bloody inlet gaskets. I'll do it when the motor blows up. That's when I do them. That. Beautiful, mate. It's a thing of beauty. So the next step is I've got to take these variable length bloody flapper things out. That's no good. We don't need them where we're going. Just need all the horsepower we can get. Now, I'd say I'm going to have to pull it out and chop it and pull it out and chop it, aren't I? Right, so here's the exciting part. Putting the bloody hectic manifold on. Ready to get on there. Look at that. That looks cool as. So I've turned the camera off and bloody just did the stuff, all the boring shit, like swap fittings and different things. Obviously still going to have to wire it up and that, but I'm going to start putting the manifold back on now. The plenum, I should say. Alright, so I just went ahead and bloody sent this one and plumbed her up and made it work and did my wiring and stuff. I just want to wash the bore and shit, so yeah, they're on. Next thing, got the extractors to go on, but I've got to weld a 3-inch flange on that Marketplace bloody special. Or next thing I have to do is put on my quality ratchet shifter from Bigguy Performance Parts. So you got me. So we'll see. So we went ahead and decided to fit me me shifter that Bigguy Performance got me, and I'll give you a look. I didn't really film too much of that, or any at all, because I just wanted to get it done. But it, you know, drilled some holes, run a cable. I actually did a video on how to fit one of these once before. That was actually, I did the video, and then after I did the video, I found out there's other ways to do it. I used AU Falcon shifter brackets I got off Mr. BTR for the BA box. I had the tapper thread and that on the other side, but it wasn't too good. So I actually found out later, and Mr. BTR sent me some BA Falcon brackets. And now that Mr. Mullet's got a AU box, I could pinch them and put the BA ones on this. So yeah, no wasted parts around here, mate. So yeah, ratchet shifter's done. Let's go do the shift kit now and put the exhaust on it, and that's like I'm up to where I want to be up to for now. Then I've just got to worry about doing the extension housing scenario with the speedo drive on the gearbox instead of the ABS. So it's a couple of days later. I was editing what I had of my video, and at the end there, it got real vague. You know, like even more vague than usual. So yeah, I was in a bit of a hurry and whatnot, but essentially what I did, I got that done the other day. I also smashed in me bloody ratchet shifter, and now it is time to put me extractors on. So shift gets done, ratchet shifter, the twin plenum manifold, bloody Watsy, and the extractors is what's next. So I'm going to take the exhaust off and put them extractors on, and I'm not going to probably not make an exhaust today. That being said, I wouldn't mind, I've got to weld a flange on here. So I'll show you what we're going to do there. So we've got a set of, what are they, 4495s, whatever they are, just the old bloody pacemaker extractors for a BA. In a perfect world, I'd want a set of hurricane extractors. That's what Barra Bob uses. But for a shitbox party car, I can't justify spending the money on it. These came up at Marketplace, so I bought them. The only other thing is that Barra Bob told me they need a 3-inch exhaust. Now, I could get clever and cut the collector off it and put a 3-inch collector on it, or I could weld a 3-inch flange on there, like that. I'm not going to take any of that out because you can't. And put me V-band on there, weld it on, and that will give me a 3-inch exhaust, so to speak. So as I said, it's not perfect. It's not, you know, ideally it's not what you want to do, but I do not give a shit. I just want to drive the bloody thing. Cars are built to be driven, not freaking worked on all the time. I've got to keep it quiet. Otherwise, honestly, if I didn't have a noise restriction problem with buddy where we go, I'm going to go with this thing out at Rally. People buy a house next to a racetrack, an existing racetrack, and then whinge when there's noise because it's not that bright. But yeah, so we've got a noise problem, so I've got to put a muffler of some sort on it. And yes, and you might notice that these are also stainless steel. Can you weld stainless steel to normal steel? Bloody oath you can. Mr. Mullet's full of it. Just weld it like normal. I don't know about settings, I'm not a welder, but I do know that I can melt this to this using this and it'll fill it up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to weld it on the inside too around here. I'm not going to weld the outside because then no one can pick on me, can they? Should probably get some bloody set of goggles, shouldn't I? That needs more. How do I use this? I'll turn all the dials up a fraction, except that one. How's this looking? Oh, it's bloody not getting put on the internet, I can tell you that for free. I find it hard to bugger up welding thick shit like that, because you just essentially turn everything up and sender, because you won't blow a hole in that. So I just disconnected it underneath the rest of the exhaust, so it's just this manifold now. Take this off, put the extractors on. We good. Oh, that's loose. Why is everything on this car loose? Get out of here, heap of shit. Robbing me of horsepower. Who does he think he is? Get out of there. So it's been a couple of days since I last saw you, which was when I put the exhaust on. Obviously, so I put the exhaust on and whatnot, ratchet shifter, throttle bodies. I wired in my manual controller, and I started it up yesterday, got my computer back, put it in, kick it in the guts, and it ran. What I do, I then got it out, I did a piece of video, and I was like, oh, here you go. And then I had to, I did not remember that Barra Bob told me I had to run a wire for me bloody speedo. So I had to do some wiring and stuff, which was connecting a wire from the, what's it, it spins, the bloody speed source on the gearbox that I moved from. So instead of it being on the ABS at the back, and where it has the opportunity to get torn out from the tyre slap, it's now on the back of the gearbox where it's safe-ish. Anyway, so I run a wire from there and I've had to repin the computer and whatever, but it's done. I'm going to fire it up. Keep in mind I still haven't built an exhaust for it and it has a bit of a vacuum leak. I'm going to fire it up and you can hear it. But first I've got to turn this bloody, get the mics off because it's bloody, it'll fudge it up, you know.
forgot to wrap this video up, but essentially what happened was, I did my burnout there, you just saw, clicked it up and down, first, second, on and off the throttle, and it works. It's, you know, I can't really tell if it was any different to before or not, which is why the next video you see will be a bloody skid. We'll take it to the track, maybe do some laps, and then we'll do some bloody burnouts in it. But yeah, big shout out to Barra Bob from Falconoath Performance for hooking me up with the manifold and the ECU and stuff. And you should go like him and follow his page and whatever. Also, Bigguy Performance Parts, a big shout out to him for getting me the Ratchet shifter. Yeah. Also go like Bigguy Performance Parts, they're both tagged upstairs there, mate, and down there. I don't know which platform this is going on. But yeah, anyway, that's enough for now. Well, goodbye.